Tonight, I have joining me on the program the Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Dingyadi. He joins us from our Abuja studio. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for joining us tonight. What a time in the history of this country, considering the scale and the situation of insecurity. Let's get talking by first and foremost, let's talk about the politics of things before we dig into the technical area of policing and securing this country. Let us get clarification from you, Minister. Did the President, Muhammadu Buhari, consult the Police Council in the appointment of Mr. Alkali Baba as the Acting Inspector General of Police?
Well, Mr. Sharon, let me say good evening to you, and thank you very much for having me. My regards to you and to your producer, Mr. Benga. I thank you very much for this opportunity. Let me say, Mr. President, by law, has been asked, while appointing the Inspector General of Police, to consult the Police Council. Mr. President has not yet consulted the Police Council, and that is why you have seen that the person he is appointing now is on acting capacity. So he is making arrangements to consult the Police Council, and as we are aware, Mr. President is not in the country at this material time. So as soon as he comes back, he will set a machinery in motion to do the necessary processes provided by the law to consult the Police Council in this direction.
Happens if the Police Council does not agree with the President on his choice of the new IGP?
Well, I'm not sure, I don't know, but this kind of thing has never happened, because before the President does an acting appointment, take a decision on an acting appointment, he must have made his own homework. What the Police Council will be after is ensuring that a right person is brought on board, somebody who is capable, somebody who is a professional, somebody who is qualified and experienced. And I want to believe that the governors who are members of this council have all the confidence in Mr. President, and they know the kind of person he is. And I don't look at that direction at all in this process. I think Mr. President should be able to convince members of the Police Council in this decision that he has taken at this material time.
The Constitution has stipulated the premise on which the IGP must be appointed. Section 215 is very clear. And also...
correct.
Absolutely. So how then do you explain to Nigerians, especially for those critics who have said that the decision of the President is unconstitutional?
You see, people easily forget history. Throughout history, this process has been like this. In most cases, the President usually appoints somebody in acting capacity, and thereafter he presents him to council for consideration. And that is how it has been, and that is how it is going to be now. There is not going to be any change. I believe that Mr. President is correct in this decision, and there is nothing. What the law says is that he should consult them, and this he is going to do. He will do it by the grace of God very soon.
How do you also explain the spread of the appointments within the policing structure and architecture in the country? You as the Minister of Police Affairs, you are from Sokoto State in Northwest region. The IG, the acting IG is from Yobe State in the Northeast region of the country. The last IGP is from Nasarawa State in the North Central region of the country. With this spread, politically speaking, what do you say to those who feel perhaps aggrieved about the political spread of the appointments?
You see, as far as our understanding is concerned, there is political spread in this process. The last IG was from Nasarawa State. Nasarawa is in North Central. I am from Sokoto State. Sokoto State is northwestern part of the country. So the person on the saddle now is in the northeast, is from Yobe State. So there is nothing wrong with this spread. And don't forget, the entire process of political representation in this country is not just about one organization. It entails other organizations, and other geopolitical zones will also benefit from one thing or the other as the administration goes on, as appointments continue to be made, you will find that the other ones that think that they are being marginalized will get something one day by the grace of God.
Let's go.
And we shouldn't also forget that we cannot satisfy all those at the same time. And this is a security appointment, and we should have very little political considerations in security appointments, because we should not tie them to political considerations. They should be based on merit and based on professionalism and based on experience.
The issues of national spread and federal character is a very good, is one of the critical areas that is being put together by the framers of our constitution.
I'm not disputing that. I'm very well aware of that. But what I'm saying is that what we have now at the moment is that is from another zone, one of the 6 geopolitical zones. Somebody might have been appointed. Look at the service chiefs. They came from other political zones. And somebody tomorrow may be appointed from another political zone. So let us not forget about this. You cannot be having all political zones represented at the same time. These appointments are done in piecemeal.
Okay.
And I think Mr. President is very much conscious of this, and he always tries to be a Nigerian. He always tries to respect these constitutional provisions.
But
don't forget that there are people who are qualified within any given cadre, within any appointment, and you have to limit your appointment to these people who are qualified.
Let's go into some specifics of the technicality of policing in Nigeria. A worrisome situation. We've seen one in Benue State. There is another one also in Imo State. The police has been accused of not acting on intelligence. Example is the Imo State scenario, where the police formation have been hit repeatedly without any substantial resistance from the police force. What have you been able to gather or get from Imo State as part of the investigation? Any concrete outcome of intelligence on the assaults?
No, you see, people are always putting accusing fingers at the police. This report that you are talking about were not just sent to the police. They are sent to all the other security agencies, to all the government, as far as my understanding is concerned. And the police at that particular time did the best that they could, but they were overpowered. And don't forget, these people, they come prepared. They come with all the arsenals at their disposal, and they come in large numbers. And that is why I think they were able to overpower the police at the entrance of the police headquarters in Owerri. So it is not just for the police to be blamed. The police have done their best. And it was not only the police that was hit, it was the correctional center in Owerri was also attacked. And it's a collective responsibility. Don't forget, security is responsibility of everybody. And we have a responsibility to ensure that we remain alert and we remain focused on these issues 24 hours a day.
Prevention is one of the first duties of the police. When these intelligence got to the table of the Nigerian police force, what did they do about it? It does look like the accusation meant that they waited until the assault got to their doorstep. Why?
No, it's far from that. It's far from that. I think the police did all they could to avert the situation. It was just beyond their control. It was beyond their control. They did their best. The police did their best, and that is why as soon as this thing happened, you saw the outgoing IG in that place. He was inspecting. He went there to assess the situation. And unfortunately, everything that has taken place there has already taken place. And there was nothing anyone could do other than to take precautionary measures against the future.
Okay,
and
because
we are taken by the grace of God.
Yeah, I mean, this happened 3 days consecutively. 3 days consecutive. The first one happened,
Yes,
nothing.
but
Second and
in
the
different
third
locations.
yes, but in the same
In
state,
different
Honorable
locations.
Minister.
No, it's the same state, but in different locations. And don't forget, these are hit and run guerrilla tactics. They just come, hit and innocent targets, and run away. And I quite agree with you. The police, to some extent, are being overwhelmed. A lot of morale has been dampened because police are everywhere being killed, and nobody is saying anything. People are continuing to accuse the police, but they have forgotten what the police are facing in this country. Police are being killed on the roads. Police are being killed in their offices. And definitely, like any other human being, the police are bound to be having some kind of, loss of morale. But we are doing whatever we can to ensure that we improve their morale by way of interaction with them, by way of training and retraining. And by the grace of God, we are going to overcome this.
All right.
The police is doing its best, but this country is a very big country, and we have so many issues, different issues from zone to zone, and these things happening daily. And what we need is the support of all Nigerians to work with the police and all other security agencies to ensure that we own this problem. We take them to be our own problems, and we work together as a team to fight it head on.
Let's take a breather, Honorable Minister. When we come back, we'll be looking at specifics of what you are doing to improve the security situation in the country. The challenges are daunting, but we know we can overcome. But what is the Buhari government doing differently from what we have seen in the past? We'll be engaging you more on some of these issues after this break. Join us again, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Wherever you may be watching, this is Politics Today live on Channels Television. Let's get back to the conversation with the Honorable Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Dingyadi. He's in our Abuja studio, and we're talking about the insecurity situation in the country. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for your time tonight. You were talking about the situation in Imo State. You heard the governor of Kaduna State. He says that it does look like there is an uncoordinated approach situation in the security agencies in the country, and that is one of the reasons they have not been able to resolve the insecurity situation. And it appears that there may not be enough to tackle the assault. So the question is, what are you doing urgently about this situation?
You see, yesterday I was in Kaduna together with the governor of Kaduna State, where he made this address. I respect the governor, and I, in most cases, try to share his opinion because he is always frank and straight to the point. But let me say that the governor may not be aware of the synergy that is taking place between all the security agencies in this country. I am a minister and political head of the police affairs in this country, and I know we have been meeting almost bi-weekly between myself, the Minister of Defense, Minister of Interior, and the Minister of Information. Each time we meet, we discuss these national issues, we prepare grounds as to how to go about putting our heads together to face these challenges. So I think we are getting coordinated. We are trying to create some synergy between all the security agencies in this country to ensure that we join hands with the Nigerian public to address the challenging issues that we are being bedeviled with. I agree with him that not quite some of these issues that we are requiring at the moment are not sufficiently available to the security agencies. But don't forget, Mr. President himself has taken cognizance of this, and he has assured us that he is going to provide whatever is needed to ensure that we fight head on these challenges, to ensure that we have peace and stability in this country. Mr. President, before he left this country, he had a meeting with all the security agencies, heads of security agencies, and he told them that what he wants to see now is a positive change, a change that is drastically different from what we are having now. And he has assured that he is going to do a supplementary budget And part of that supplementary budget will include security needs, what the security agencies will require to make them work more functional and more effective. So I think there is that synergy, and I have no doubt that Mr. President is going to honor his words, and we are working together with all other security agencies to ensure that we work as a team to fight all these criminalities that we are having in the country.
Honorable Minister, let me show you this. Things have, it does look like push has come to shove, and drastic decision needs to be taken, Honorable Minister. Take a look at these statistics. Over 750 students are reportedly taken in northern Nigeria between December alone, 2020, and at the moment that we're talking. And it does look like we need to have a categorical decision on where to go. If anyone is listening to you, Honorable Minister, from what we have seen, look, this is exactly not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the statistics on the number of abductions of school children alone, just between December and now. What are you doing, or what can Nigerians take from this conversation that this government is doing urgently and drastically to end this scale of insurgency, insecurity that we're seeing in the country?
You see, Mr. Sheun, if a president, Mr. President, can come out to say that whoever is found with AK-47 should be shot, and elected a democratic president for that matter, then you can be sure that Mr. President is more than serious about ensuring that we have peace in this country. But the problem is that Nigerians have to collectively sit up and own these problems and work together with the security agencies to put an end to it. What Mr. President is supposed to do, I think he is doing it, and effectively too. So what remains now is, like you said, we need more hands, we need more policemen, we need more soldiers, we need more Air Force personnel to fight these criminalities. And the president has given us the go-ahead, but we cannot have trained policemen within a week or within a month. We need to train more hands to assist. So we are on course, but all we need is for Nigerians to be more patient with us, and we assure Nigerians that there is going to be serious and more positive changes coming by the grace of God.
Honorable Minister, I have just about 60 seconds to go, but I have 3 questions. I don't know how you can help me to be able to drive those answers as quickly as you can. One of it is that Governor El-Rufai said he's one of those who is calling for a multi-layer of policing. He's asked for state policing. What is your take on that?
You see, I have said this severally in this studio, that what we are having at the moment is a federal police. But Nigerians are free to say their mind on what they need. Mr. President, as somebody who has been democratically elected by these people, has a duty to listen to them. So they know where all these things are supposed to be taken to. Let us go to the National Assembly. National Assembly is there to listen to people who elected them to represent them at the National Assembly. If we have to have a state police, which I will have no objection to, if it is going to solve the problems that we have on the ground now, the National Assembly will be there. They're in the process of amending the Constitution. So be it. There is nothing wrong with that. We are all Democrats, and we are supposed to listen to the voice of Nigerians. And if it is the wish of the National Assembly to recommend for this thing, and all state assemblies will be there to support them, and this thing will happen.
All right. But, Honorable Minister, today, just quick ones also, yes, because I need to push this in also. The question in the number of police that we have, just in 30 seconds, if you can tell us, how committed is the government in closing the huge gap of policing in a number of the ratios of citizen to police. The required ratio by the United Nations is 1 to 450. In Nigeria, based on our population, is 1 to 540. The former IG Ibrahim Idris said the force needs to recruit 31,000 cadets annually for 5 years. Have you in any way followed through on that?
No, what we have now at hand is that Mr. President has given us the go-ahead to recruit 10,000 police personnel every year. And this is in addition to the ones who are recruiting through the police academy in Wudil, which is about 1,000 annually. So you can see we're having about 11,000, and we're also thinking of employing police personnel through short service courses. And by the time we get this approval, we'll be recruiting more. So we are on course. We are on the way to reaching that target, because what is required is about, what we have now is about 540 per head. And by the time, in the next 3 or 4 years, we will be there by the grace of God.
All right, let's close now. And I'd like just an update from you. The new police unit tagged the Special Weapon Tactical Team, set up to replace the Special Anti-Robbery Squad that the SARS began training in October of 2020. What is the update on that team and the status of their deployment? Have they ended? Where are they at right now? Just in 30 seconds, Minister.
Yes, they have ended their training, and they have been posted to the state police commands that brought them for training. They are there with them, and they are performing these functions of the SWAT.
Well, we must leave it at that because we are totally out of time, but I must sincerely thank you, Honorable Minister for Police Affairs, Mohammed Dingyadi. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Sean Akimale. Bye for now.